Greetings and salutations, YouTube. This is Derek, or Leica101. Welcome to today's video. You're probably wondering, what is today's video? Today's video is going to be the Pathfinder Adventure Path Skull and Shackles Kygreum Remake Edition. So this is going to be a video where I discuss briefly some of the things that I'm doing in order to prep for running the Pathfinder Adventure Path Skull and Shackles in my own homeworld of Kygreum, and some of the things I've done to change it, what I'm doing to make things simpler on myself, and just give over some general tips. So first things first, what I just showed you was the printed edition of the Pathfinder Adventure Path Skull and Shackles Player's Guide, but it's not exactly what you're thinking. It's not just the one that was the printed, or was the PDF volume that you can get on Paizo's website. As you can see, hopefully if I can get that hold still, it's a little bit thicker than the one that you're probably thinking about. So let's just go in first things first. I've changed quite a few things and added a lot to this book. So first things first, I've added a custom introduction page with the Skull and Shackles characters and stuff from the actual book, including the archetypes and like what goes through. However, I've also taken parts from the Pathfinder campaign setting book, or not, campaign setting book, or is it the player companion book? I think it's the player companion book. The Pirates of the Inner Sea region, and added a lot from that. So you'll see we have the eye patches and peg legs, little chart and traits, but then over here we have all the different campaign traits from the book. But these traits, right here, if I get them to show up a little bit better, there we go, are the ones from the Pirates of the Inner Sea book, and I thought those would be an excellent inclusion. I also have included the archetypes, Buccaneer, Bard, or Buccaneers for Bards, the Corsair for Fighter, Freebooter for Ranger, and Smuggler for Rogue, also from Pirates of the Inner Sea. Additionally, even though they're listed in the Adventure Path booklet that I have behind me somewhere, actually, I'll grab that. Excuse me for a second. Here it is. Listed in the actual book, the equipment for the campaign in terms of Pirates equipment. I went ahead and went from the Pirates of the Inner Sea and grabbed the entire thing and created the chart and put it in. What else do I have in here? This included a much more detailed list of equipment, including adventuring gear. There you go. So that shows up. Chests, hats, tar bombs, etc. Let's see, what else do we have? I also went so far as to include a lot of interesting fluff material, I suppose you'd say, the Pirate's Code. I'm going to try to show you guys as much of this as possible. Sorry if this is boring for other people. But there's a Pirate Code and the ships, the sizes, so that way people are like, if I say a frigate rolls up, or it sails up, then people are, well, what's a frigate? Well, a frigate is a heavy warship with a broad deck suitable for holding siege weapons. Frigates are the fastest and most maneuverable type of warship, 75 to 120 feet long. And then this includes different stats for them, which is really nice. I also have shipboard conduct, pirate slang. For example, Bubbles is a person who can't swim. Frenzy is a fight, particularly a tavern brawl. A jack tar is a pirate. An anchor is a person who wears heavy metal armor. The sweet trade is piracy. I've also included, you can find this online on Paizo's website, the extended Pirate Familiar stat block. And there's also what I've done with gunpowder weapons around here somewhere, things over there. And then over on this page is Besmar, the Pirate Queen, the goddess, so that way people can read more about her. Then we go to the end, where we have the naval combat section of the original Paizo published Player's Guide. And I kept the last bit of pages on that, including ship upgrades, etc. The last thing I want to mention in terms of this is the custom things I've done with the notable captains from the the Shackles region, rather. The Hurricane King is not who he's listed in Pathfinder Galarian World. It is actually, I've changed almost all of the captains except for a few. The captain is now named Barbaro Wraith, and he's the Hurricane King. Then I've changed for those people that originally helped me create a unique set of pirates that roam around my setting called what are they called? Deadwater Corsairs. I made them notable captains, so I'll let you know who's who. There's Brady Indomwian, captain of the frigate the Requin and governor of Hell Harbor. He was formerly captain of the Requin in the service of the Aetherian Navy, but as scandal forced him to abandon his position and flee to the Shackles. He never speaks of the scandal's details and has murdered 6 people who claim to know his secret. Hell Harbor is closed to ethnic Aetherians as Brady fears any Aetherian might be a spy. Brady is also a womanizer and fearless captain. That would be Brady from 23 Penguins 32 on YouTube. There you go, Brady. That's your shout out. Then we have, where'd he go? Here we go. We have Wynn Oceloth, who is captain of the brig Mobius and the ruler of Olo. Wynn rarely leaves the Mobius, which is said to be unsinkable, and leaves the ruling of Olo to a Varisian named the Grey Lady. Legend claims that whosoever captains the Mobius cannot die as long as they remain on board. That would be Wynn over at Tower Guard DM. Check out his channel. He's got some great videos. Thanks for all your help, Wynn. This is my little put out to you. You're now permanently part of the campaign setting. And then lastly we have Timothy, a newly arrived pirate in the Shackles from 4 months ago, captain of the ship Red Fortune. He has been building a reputation as a cautious captain who develops simple but clever plans for attacking ships much larger than his own. Whether he has ambitions toward becoming a pirate lord or king of the pirates or Hurricane King remains to be seen. And that would be Tim from Samwise 7 RPG. So thanks, Tim, for all your help making the Dreadwater Corsairs. And so that's the big change that I have in terms of the captains. I kept a few of them, like the Master of Gales and Tessa Fairwind. I also added a couple others in order to round them out a little bit more. Lastly, you'll have to excuse my sniffing, I'm trying to get over some allergies. Last thing I want to show off is, for those of you that are planning on running the Skull and Shackles Adventure Path, you're going to be in for a surprise. There are 28, I think it is, some high number like that, NPCs that are aboard the Wormwood. Now, it's topics across the forums. How are you going to simplify this? How are you going to know who's running what job, etc., etc.? How is each DM making it simpler on themselves? And each DM is going to come up with something simple in their own style to make it their running of the game simpler and running of these massive amounts of NPCs. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. It's still work in progress, so I'm just going to show you a few that I have printed out. This is a 3x5 card. This is Sandara Quinn, a very recognizable character instantly. She will be helping the NPC or the players. And you can see, apologize for the lighting quality. Let's see if I can change it. Actually, I've got a lamp next to me. Aha, there we go. Slightly better. Sandara Quinn, CR2, experience points rating over here on the side. Her race, I've also, you can see included in the parentheses, my homebrewed races for humans. You can see her job listed, her attitude, and then a little bit about her description. I've made these up myself, obviously from the pictures over here on the side, and from what I've read about them in terms of the characters. Now, for those of you wondering, what is this across the top? This is going to be how I track the attitudes towards the players. This dark greenish color over here means helpful. This is indifferent. Then we have this orangey color, yellowy, and that means, I guess it's the unsupportive one, and then this is hateful. So I'll put a paperclip or some little piece of paper along that I can slide back and forth for each person, and I'll be dividing these up by their jobs, so like swabs, so there'll be a whole set of swabs. And then on the back side, so you have like this, and then if you flip it, I have her stat block. I had to remake all of these myself and put them on a small font. You can see it's a little small, but it all comes out pretty nicely. There's all the pertinent information that I need about her in terms of her stat block for running her as a character. Currently, I have a couple more of these printed out for you. I'm working on them all right now. It's taking a while because I'm trying to find all the right pictures and stuff. Here we have probably, the next two are probably the most iconic characters coming out of this first adventure path. This is Master Scourge, the horrible, horrible bosun and master at arms of the ship, the Wormwood, that everybody wants to hate. And again, you can see his experience, his CR, his tracker at the top, his hostile initial attitude, his job, and of course his description. Again, complete stat block on the back, complete with morale, tactics, all the statistics. And then lastly, I'm going to show you, here we go, Mr. Plug, the first mate, and he is CR4, experience 1200. You can see all that and awesome stuff on the back. There goes stat block. As I said, these are taking a while to make, so that's all I've got so far. I'm still trying to create the rest of the list, and I plan on changing a few of the crew, because as I was looking through, they're mostly humans. Whether that is initially done on purpose or not, can't be sure, but I think I'm going to go through and change a few of the races around, because my world is a lot more, the races are really interconnected. So I'm going to throw in a few more elves on board the ship, maybe a few other races from an area of my campaign setting called the Shadowlands. Just some crazy different things, just to add a little bit more variety to the Wormwood, because I feel right now it's a bit stale, with mostly humans, a few gnomes. I think there's a couple orcs in there, half-orcs maybe, but I can't be sure. But I'd like to add a little bit more variety to the Wormwood. So, wow, at 11 minutes, I'm going to draw this video to a close. Any questions, comments, put those in the bottom. Video responses would be great. Let me know what you're thinking about the Pathfinder Adventure Path, the Skull and Shackles Wormwood Mutiny, and what you think about my ideas for the campaign. If you guys would like these little cards, I can give you the documents. I can send them to you if you're interested. Just you'll have to be patient with me. It's going to take some time to finish them. Currently, I only have, I think, 2 pages done in terms of actually the front and backs. Like I said, I'm doing these all by hand because I only have the print version of the Adventure Path. I don't have the PDF, unfortunately. But that's okay. I mean, it's just another endeavor to go through as I put the blood, sweat, and tears into this Adventure Path. So, as always, folks, thanks for watching. This is Derek, or Leica 101. I'll see you next time.